Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are San Diego.
Summer Sunday in Cincinnati, the great American ballpark along the Ohio River. The scene, Game 3 of the weekend series, the Padres and the Reds. And a drive to deep right field. That's way back. Could it be? It is a grand slam home run for Yonder Alonso. A ball through the hole into left field. Here comes Almonte, and right behind him Norris to score. The Padres lead it 9-7. What a comeback by the Padres yesterday. 6-1 down. They win it 9-7 as we welcome you to the great American ballpark here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Final game of the series. The Padres now above the 500 mark against the Cincinnati Reds. And good afternoon, good morning, everyone. With Mark Grant, Dick Enberg, pleased that you've joined us. The Padres now with their longest winning streak, 4 in a row, and their longest winning streak on the road, also 4 straight. Can they make it 5 today?
This team is playing so well right now, and to win on the road is just a feather in your cap. But to beat Johnny Cueto today would be some kind of nice for the San Diego Padre team, and then head into Atlanta.
Speaking of 5, that's the magic number for Matt Kemp. 5 RBIs yesterday.
What a great day for Matt Kemp yesterday. Is he busting out? Hey, it's hot here in Cincinnati. It's going to be hot in Atlanta, and hopefully Matt Kemp can carry it over. 3 for 4 with a double. 174 at-bats between home runs for Matt Kemp. But you know what Matt Kemp was quoted saying? I don't care about the home runs. I just want to start winning ball games. He feels the team is getting hot. He took 2 balls to right center field, and he pulled a grounder, and that was the game breaker right there, Dick.
Well, the Padres will have to beat one of baseball's best. In the last 5 years, only Clayton Kershaw has a better ERA than the man they're facing today, Johnny Cueto.
Well, Johnny Cueto is one tough customer. He's a 20-game winner. Last year, he was second Cy Young Award voting. He gives you innings, and he throws quality pitches. But against the San Diego Padres for his career in 7 starts, the Padres have gotten to him. Why? They've showed some patience. They've hit some mistakes out of the hand of Johnny Cueto. Is he a tough pitcher? Oh, you bet. Does he pitch well here in Cincinnati? Oh, yeah, you bet. But it's going to be a challenge. But if they could put together some good at-bats like they did yesterday in the previous game, it should be okay.
And the Padres are 3-3 lifetime against Johnny Cueto. Well, Chris Budden is streaking. Oh, better put it this way. She's talking streaking. Dugout dancing, if you will. A reflection of winning, especially exciting comeback wins. That when we return to Cincinnati.
Welcome back to Great American Ballpark. Game 3 here against the Reds and Yonder Alonso and Matt Kemp, the big heroes from yesterday, getting set for this series finale here. With the win yesterday, the Padres have now extended their win streak to 4 games. That's their longest win streak of the season. But when you talk to coaches and managers and players, they don't want to talk about streaks. They just think about wins. But we'll say over the last 4 days, they've been clicking in all facets of the game.
When you have a streak or you win a high percentage of games in a stretch of 10, 15, 20 games, you're doing it a lot of different ways. And I think that's what we've done. So, our approach hasn't changed, day to day. But, again, it comes up what happens in critical moments. You're doing the right thing, whether it's an at-bat, whether it's a pitch, or whether it's a defensive play.
Staying consistent with our hitting and our pitching. And, that's about it. I mean, our pitching has been doing pretty well, for the most part over the last month. But now our hitting's picking up and, we're clicking together.
So in these players' minds, making it a 5-game win streak would mean one thing, a sweep over the Reds. If they can do that, it would be only their 2nd sweep of the season. They're first on the road, and they have never swept the Reds here at Great American Ballpark. We'll see if they can do it today. Well, we got first pitch coming up.
Cage in a heartbeat.
And off the top of the wall, touch them all.
Matt Kemp, how you doing?
The ball through the hole into left field. Could it be a grand slam? Hey, mighty exciting game yesterday. I hope you were able to enjoy it with us. And the Padres now will wrap up this 3-game series against the Cincinnati Reds and Johnny Cueto on a 82-degree day, much more humid than the first 2 games of the series. Ready for the starting lineup, and here it is, brought to you by Toyota. Will Venable will start it with Derek Norris second, Justin Upton and Matt Kemp both with over 30 RBIs. Norris as well, 3 Padres with 30-plus RBIs. Yonder Alonso, 2 singles and the grand slam yesterday. Then Will Middlebrooks, Corey Spangenberg gets in the 7th slot. Clint Marvis at shortstop, and Odrisamer Despaigne. Underway, the first pitch from Cueto in for a strike. Cueto 3 for 4 this year, his record, which is misleading. And he quickly is ahead of Venable, 2 strikes. Venable's done well against this right-hander. He's 7 for 15 in previous meetings. Outside. And Cueto, like Odrisamer Despaigne, his pitching opponent, different pitching motions. He'll turn his back to you, then he'll quick pitch you, he'll throw over the top, then he'll give you a little sidearm action. Venable calls time.
He works quickly. I'm anxious to see one of the quick pitches. Going old school.
29 years of age now, Cueto, and this is the last year of his contract. So there's speculation as to whether or not he'll be a Cincinnati Red after the trading deadline.
Tell you what, he could be on my staff any day. If you're going into the playoffs, you bet.
Up high and a full count. Venables work the count to 3-2. Derek Norris next. Very little breeze here today. Ball should carry. And ball 4. So from 0-2, Cueto loses Venable, walks the leadoff man.
We're going to take a closer look at Johnny Cueto. The scouting report is brought to you by Verizon Wireless. Changes speeds, arm angles, and his delivery. He is a strike thrower. Throws a lot of pitches. 4-seamer, 2-seamer, slider, change, cutter, curveball, kitchen sink, disposal, refrigerator, oven. He'll throw everything up there. And one of the veterans that's in the rotation, we saw Moscot the other night, Lorenzen, and then Iglesias on the DL. So some young arms to go with the veteran Cueto.
Norris takes strike 1 on the outside corner at 91. .280 average for the Padre catcher. 35 runs batted in. It is 6th home run in this series. Venable, a good lead at first. Swing and a miss.
He looked like that cut fastball at 87 miles an hour. He'll cut the fastball, the 4-seamer, and the 2-seam. So he's going every which way, and he'll change speeds on that as well.
Justin Upton on deck. Padres' first inning has been their best inning. Did not score yesterday, but on the season, 42 runs in the first frame. A 1-2 to Norris. Padres now have a winning record on the road. They're 14-13. And against the Reds, they're 7-1 in the last 8 games. Struck him out. In on the hands. Chris Button down by the Padre dugout. What do you have for us?
Well, some news to report. According to MLB.com's Corey Brock and multiple sources, Melvin Upton Jr. will be joining the Padres when they land in Atlanta for that series. He has been in AAA since joining the Padres, rehabbing from a foot injury. He's batting .280 right now in his 50 at-bats. He was not able to play in any games during spring training, so this session has been basically his warm-up, his spring training, Dick.
So Justin Upton's brother will be a part of the Padre organization if those reports are correct. And of course, Melvin Upton was involved in the Craig Kimbrell trade. Padres acquiring him as well, and a very big contract. Justin lines one, but it's hooking foul. That means someone will have to be sent back to the minors when Upton is activated. And it's interesting they're bringing him back as the Padres go to Atlanta, right, the team with which he was traded.
Good news for Will Myers as well. Today he's going to play. He's going to play Monday and Tuesday. He's going to play the entire game. None of this like 3 or 4 inning stuff.
In El Paso.
In El Paso.
And Brandon Morrow is pitching today as well. So things are very bright on the injury front for the Padres.
Yeah, the Chihuahuas are in Vegas.
2-1 now to Justin. Venable at first, 1 out here in the first inning. Well, the comeback win from 6-1 down, and it was the biggest comeback in more than a year. You have to go back to the 2013 season for one any better. That just lifts everyone. I mean, everyone was on their toes after the game last night, and they were happy. And that dugout was something to behold when Alonso hit the grand slam.
It's a great at bat. Padres battled last night
during those at-bats, fouling off some pitches and getting some good results.
3-1 to Upton. And he walked him. So a man with excellent control. Cueto, this is out of character for him. 2 walks the first 3 men that he's faced. That brings up Matt Kemp. Let's look at the starting defense for Cincinnati. In the outfield, Schumacher in left, Hamilton the speedy center fielder, and Bruce in right. Frazier, Cozart, Phillips and Votto. Phillips and Votto have played together 884 games. Cueto on the mound, and Brian Pena behind the plate. Kemp with his best game as a Padre yesterday. Home run, 2-run double, and then the winning 2-run single to break a 7-7 tie in the 8th inning. Is that a portend of a new Matt Kemp? The home run yesterday to right field, and of course that was his reputation. Opposite field power off the top of the wall at the 370 mark. First home run since back in April. 174 at bats ago. Sprays this one foul. 0-2. He's had one game in which he knocked in 6 runs, but that's one of his better productions to knock in 5, the 7th time he's done that.
Hopefully that 1 can change to a 2 today. That would be nice.
Chance right here to give the Padres the early lead. Outside. Cueto was 0-2 on Venable and walked him, and he was 0-2 on Upton and lost him. Venable at second. Upton ready to roar from first. Inside.
The Padre hitter showing some patience early on against Cueto.
Alonso on deck.
Well, Johnny Cueto kind of coaching himself out there on the mound. It was like pushing his hand, like he's pushing the baseball rather than throwing it, getting up on top. Trying to remind himself.
Spoils that pitch on the outside edge. A little outside, but good defensive swing by Kemp. Two mates aboard by way of the base on balls, and now 2-2 to Kemp. Broken bat. Shortstop has to charge Cozart. He throws in time, and the runners move up. Well, that serves as a sacrifice, moving Venable to third. Upton to second, and it's up to Yonder Alonso. And today's cold hard fact brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Well, the Padres have hit 4 grand slams this season, a club record. Whoa. Back in 2001, 10 slams. Alonso, 2 singles and that big grand slam yesterday.
They definitely have the potential this year to add on to that grand slam total.
363, the Padres' best batting average. Alonso has come back from the DL with great efforts. He's really hitting the ball. There's the home run. Like Kemp's right at the top of the wall. The Padres measured those 2 home runs exactly, didn't they? Look at that dugout.
Be interesting to see after that home run what Cueto saw yesterday, how he pitches with Middlebrooks on deck.
Another broken bat. Both Kemp and Alonso sawed off, and the Padres lead 2 runners in scoring position. Here come the Reds with Brandon Phillips leading off against Odrisamer Despaigne. Lineup brought to you by Hyundai. Phillips leading off, Joey Votto to bat second. Same lineup that we've seen in the series, with Frazier third, Bruce the cleanup man, Pena the catcher. Zach Cozart homered yesterday. Skip Schumacher in left with Marlon Byrd's injury. Cueto the pitcher hitting eighth. The Reds have used their pitcher in that eighth spot in the entire series. And Billy Hamilton the speedster in the ninth hole of the order.
And the scouting report for the Padres, Odrisamer Despaigne, brought to you by Montalvo. He's making his 8th start, 12th appearance for the right-hander. Execute the command of the fastball and expand that zone with 2 strikes. We've seen that. And no shaking this afternoon. He's going to throw what Norris puts down. Keep an eye on that.
Like to follow up on his outstanding performance last time out against Pittsburgh, going 8 innings, allowing just the 1 run in a 7-1 win. Though his record even at 3-3. Phillips having a good season, 310. Good leadoff man, Gold Glove in the defensive side of things. In a 6-game hitting streak is Phillips. 444 average.
You know, Dick, how we talked about game changers? Phillips is that guy from both sides, right? With the bat and the glove.
Ground ball to third, backhanded, knocked down. Now Middlebrooks, the throw is still in time. What an arm. Able to buy time with a strong arm, because with Phillips' speed, that was going to be close if you don't field it cleanly.
Hey, anytime an infielder can keep that ball in front of him, you've got a chance. And Will Middlebrooks at third base, he does knock it down. Now he's got to go to the other tools that he possesses. The strong arm and the accurate arm, and a nice stretch by Yonder Alonso.
Brings up Joey Votto. Votto in this series has been on base constantly. 7 for 9 on base, 2 for 4 hitting, plus 5 walks. There's his overall numbers. And he has a great technique. He crowds the plate, and anything on that inside corner he backs out is like he's almost hit. And pitchers don't get the inside edge on Votto, explaining why he's walked 34 times, among the league leaders. 2-0. You got to throw him a really good strike.
Yep. Great command of the strike zone. You know, you touched upon it yesterday, Dick. It hit the nail right on the head. It's almost as if when Joey Votto takes a pitch, the umpire thinks, oh, well, if you're not going to swing at it, it's probably a ball.
That's a strike on the outside corner, but the way he positions himself close to the plate, that outside pitch is really in his power zone. And when you get it inside, he's looked awkward on a couple of swings in the series. His on-base percentage for the year, almost 400.
I think the cut fastball in the inner part of the plate's a good pitch here.
It's too far inside. 3-1.
He can be pitched to. No matter how good the hitters are, they can be pitched to. They have holes. They have weaknesses. Fastball.
That's almost fully in the strike zone, according to Fox Track. And Votto looked at it as if, well, ball 4. That's part of the game as well.
Sure.
Full count. Of course, the knock on Votto, hard to criticize a man who's been a most valuable player, and he's terrific career hitters, that he walks too much. They'd like to see him swing more. Ten home runs this year. Second baseman Spangenberg in shallow right. It's not a complete shift. Got him. Went back to the fastball and challenged Votto. First strikeout, Despaigne. Here's the Padres defense, brought to you today by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Upton and Kemp at the corners, Venable in center field. Middlebrooks at third. Barnes gets the start at shortstop. Spangenberg at second. Alonso over at first, with Norris behind the plate for Despaigne.
3 fastballs in a row. That looked like a little cut fastball as well. You can see him work around that baseball just a little bit up the ladder. Good pitch.
Todd Frazier, the third baseman, takes ball 1. Leads the club in runs, doubles, home runs, RBIs. couple of run-producing doubles yesterday. On the outside corner.
Thank you. We may have gotten a call there. Todd Frazier is questioning home plate umpire Mike Estabrook. Got to go right back out there.
Another strike.
Frazier's beside himself right now.
You can make a case for that last pitch catching the corner.
It's time to get in the box, like Toey's saying.
1-2.
Do not throw him a strike right here. Keep it down.
There he is, throws that bat at the ball. That got him a hit yesterday, not today. A 4-3 put out, and Despaigne gets the Reds in order in the first inning. No score in Cincinnati.
Welcome back to Cincinnati. No score in the top of the second. We've seen this season Yonder and Alonso's improvement. And when you ask about him and why he's hitting better, he likes to attribute it to Justin Upton and Matt Kemp. Says being around those guys has really pushed him. Bub Black says part of it is over the offseason. He gained some muscle, gained some weight.
And Middlebrooks leads off with a base hit, Chris.
And you're starting to see that more in his at-bats. Now, along with that, it means it's made him a little bit slower. Last year, he wanted to lose weight, gain some speed. This year, went the opposite, wanted to gain more muscle and get more power, and you're starting to see that in his at-bats.
Well, he certainly had enough muscle last, just enough muscle indeed, for the Grand Slam yesterday.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little chunky style, a little meat on the bones, right? Kind of like him chunky a little bit.
Middlebrooks with a leadoff single, the Padres' first hit. After Cueto had pitched out of the first inning with that termite ball, you know, the wood eater.
Just ate it up.
Shattered both Kemp and Alonso.
That'll happen when Cueto is on his game. That cut fastball like Despaigne as well. He can get in the kitchen of the Reds.
Spangenberg, big hole on the right side with Votto holding on Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks now has hit safely in 18 of the last 23 games after a bad stretch where he went 0 for 22. He's really pulled his game together. Close, but no call there. 1-1. Spangenberg at 240. Then Clint Barmas before Despaigne.
Going to the outside part of the bag with your hand if you're diving, with your foot if you're going in with your feet. Will Middlebrooks does just that.
Spangenberg with a fly ball to right. Bruce has to give ground now. That ball did carry well right to the edge of the track for the first down. Well, let's check on our keys to the game today, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
You ask and you shall receive, Professor. Hey, get to the Reds bullpen early. It's a mess, quite frankly, putting it straight. And set the table for Kemp and Alonso. Chris Budden just did a nice report about Alonso and how being around those guys has helped out, but being in the lineup as well. He had a great day yesterday. Kemp 3 hits, Yonder 3 hits with the big grand slam. So set the table. Get out the silverware. And let the big boy eat.
With a chance for a sweep, you don't even need a broom. You just need some linen.
Love the linen. It's a good look. Classy.
One ball count to Clint Burmess. And he rips it foul way back into the seats down the left field line. Padres after the game today will take their United Charter down to capital of the South, Atlanta, Georgia, for 4 games beginning tomorrow night. One and two.
That was a mistake. Clint could just not get on top of that fastball that was up. It was away. A good pitch for him to get extended. And once again, it's worth noting, we've mentioned it the first 2 games of the series. Billy Hamilton plays a very shallow center field. Figures anything over his head, probably going to be extra bases anyway. I want to take away the little dunker.
Fighting off that inside delivery. It's still 1 and 2 to Barmes with the ever dangerous Despaigne on deck.
And Dick, with that cutter, that cut fastball of Cueto, if he's on his game, you will get a lot of wedge shots just beyond the infielders, and then Hamilton with that speed can take those away.
Another foul. You don't often see the center fielder more shallow than the 2 corner outfielders, but that's the case with Hamilton.
Yeah, if you drew a straight line, you'd connect all 3 of those guys.
Bruce there back and right, but Hamilton at best medium deep center field. Line drive, base hit Barmes. He went down and got that one, and he moves Middlebrooks to second. Padres with 2 on, 1 out, and the pitcher Despaigne coming up.
We talk about a pitcher's repertoire and best pitch, worst pitch, in between pitch. Well, for Cueto, that looks like a curveball, and that's probably his, I don't want to say worst pitch, but he throws it, doesn't throw it as much as his other pitches. So he got beat on that base hit on his 5th best pitch.
Now Despaigne, can he lay down a bunt? Infield charging, ball 1.
They've got the wheel play on with Zach Cozart at shortstop going over to third base. Frazier charging with the possibility of getting it and forcing him at third.
Padre pitchers this year collectively have 3 sacrifice hits. Despaigne has 1 of them. Middlebrooks at second, Barmes at first with 1 out. Despaigne giving himself up early and jabs that one foul.
Well, the wheel play, the shortstop is here. He's going to go over this way to cover as Frazier is coming in here. And with the event, if Frazier does get it here, he can go there for the force out and get that lead runner.
Glenn Hoffman calls time, and he's whispering some advice to Despaigne. Don't think it implies that he's going to let him swing the bat. That would be a shock. Yeah, he did let him swing. How about that?
Huh. Take a hack, big boy.
The problem was the pitch was out of the strike zone. So a ball, 2 strikes now. Despaigne, that makes Frazier at third back up a little bit.
Butcher boy can't get on top of it.
That really was a butcher boy swing. letting him swing. 2-2. Cueto early on, not as sharp as he normally presents himself. A lot of pitches. 23 in the first inning, already up to 37. Now he's going to square, and he bunts foul. Strike 3. Second strikeout for Cueto. And our T-Mobile game changer features Johnny Cueto, and this is evidence of how outstanding a pitcher he has been since 2010. So we're talking this is the 6th season. 2.33 for Kershaw, and Cueto at 2.75 ahead of King Felix and Cole Hamels and David Price. Yeah, he's a premier pitcher. Venable walked first time up, and he hits this ground ball, squirts it into the hole at short. They try to get the force at third, and they do. Middlebrooks not quite there in time. That's the only play that shortstop Cozart had. He wasn't going to get anyone at second or first, but he had the short toss in front of him, and with a force on, just does get Middlebrooks, and the inning ends. Welcome back to Cincinnati. It'll be the middle three of the Reds order. Bruce, Pena, and Cozart against Espana in the second. Padres getting a couple of runners on in the first way of walks and 2 singles in the second. Unable to push a runner around. No score, bottom of the second. Shift on for Bruce. There's that tantalizing 65-mile-an-hour slow curve. Struggling Bruce so far this year at 217. Not on that swing. That ball is deep, and it is long gone. Jay Bruce. That's the home run power that he's shown throughout his career here. Number 8 for him. And the Reds take a 1-0 lead.
Got ahead on the slow curveball. Tried to sneak a fastball by Bruce. And he got on top of this one. Let's check it out of the hand. Is it a 2-seamer? Is it a 4-seamer? Looks like a high 2-seamer. Got on top of that one. Outer half above the belt. In this ballpark, you hit a ball like that, it's going to go.
So 1-0 Cincinnati, and here's Brian Pena. Tough guy to strike out. He's gone 41 plate appearances without striking out. That's the second longest string in the major leagues. Switch hitter. 1-1. James Loney, Tampa, 50 straight plate appearances without being punched out. Off speed, low and inside, 2-1. They measure that home run by Bruce at 438 feet. Popped up, back a short. Barmas ranging behind Middlebrooks, and the shortstop squeezes the first out. Well, yesterday in the sports world was a day of the favorites coming through. Serena Williams won the French Open as expected, and American Pharoah completed the Triple Crown with an easy win at the Belmont Stakes. But not today. Upset this morning at Roland Garros in Paris as Novak Djokovic, trying for a career slam, defeated by Stan Wawrinka 4-6, 6-3, 6-4. Wawrinka, now the #1 Swiss player, ahead of Roger Federer, wins the French Open. He had won the Australian, but that was considered an upset.
Not too many Swiss have had not known for their tennis, huh?
No, but well, you had Martina Hingis before Federer. But you know, small country, but those two, Hingis inspiring the women to pick up the game, and of course Federer inspired the entire world. He has so many fans wherever he plays. But Wawrinka, out of nowhere, he's become the guy, and he wins the French Open today. And Djokovic will have to wait another year to win the French and complete his career slam.
Well, Swiss, though, they should sure make a good watch.
I'm sure that was consolation for Federer when he lost earlier in the French this year. He said, well, you know, so I didn't win the French, but we make good watches and nice chocolates, too.
Yeah, nice Rolex for second place ain't bad.
Swing and a miss, and Cozart is down on strikes. Second strikeout for Despaigne.
That's bouncing back for Odrisamer Despaigne. You give up the home run. You're head to Jay Bruce, 0-1. Home run, pop up to short, and Zach Cozart. That looks like a curveball. Boy, straight down. Whatever it was, but Cozart way out in front of it. Nice job of bouncing back for Despaigne.
Back to Bruce's home run. It's only the second home run hit by a left-handed batter against Despaigne this year. Skip Schumacher checks in at 221. Marlon Byrd in the Philadelphia series that preceded this one, a fractured wrist. I don't know how long he'll be out, the veteran outfielder. Schumacher getting his chance to play. 1-1. One and two. Well, the Cincinnati Reds begin today in the National League Central. 13 full games behind the Cardinals. So there's some rumbling in the media. Broken bat under the glove of Despaigne, but Barmas is there to back him up and make the play. But Jay Bruce with a monstrous home run, and the Reds lead 1-0. 1-0 lead for the hometown Reds. Yonder Alonso, first time up with a couple of men on, saw it off by Cueto. Let's go back pitch by pitch.
Well, it was yesterday, lefty on lefty. Tony Cingrani with the bases loaded. A lot of fastballs to Yonder Alonso. He fought off some good pitches. What was the MO here? Consistently keeping them away until Yonder Alonso got one up in the zone. The majority of those pitches, almost all of them, were up in the zone. He picked the right one and he cleared the bases for the grand slam. A huge hit and moment for the Padres yesterday.
His second home run, a big one. High fly ball. Derek Norris, and he sends Hamilton right to the warning path for the first down. Well, it's a conveniently close ballpark for the hitter, and you can see how well the ball flies. Norris struck out the first time, long fly ball, first out here in the third. Justin Upton walked the first time. Upton leads the team in bases on balls, 23 now this year. Number one in almost every category offensively. Home runs, RBIs, stolen bases, runs, hits, walks. There's the old turn the back to the hitter delivery. He'll throw a few of those in during the course of the day.
Still hasn't used the quick pitch. He will eliminate the leg kick. He'll just spin and throw.
Louis T on delivery, 1-2.
Nice slider there.
Not very tall. He's only 5'11", but he's solid, 221 pounds.
There it is.
Quick
See
pitch,
that?
strike three.
No leg kick.
Wonder if that fooled Upton. Wasn't quite ready for that fastball, and it's the third strikeout for Cueto.
He stepped back a little bit and then went right into pushing off that mound. Watch. Step, no leg kick. Coming at you.
Yeah.
Freezer right on the outside corner.
So the pitch before, he does that slow, tantalizing turn to your back and delivery, and then you're looking for that, and boom, ball is on you. Matt Kemp grounded to short, shattered bat his first time with a couple of mates aboard.
Give that hitter a different look. Anything to disrupt the timing. It's not just in the pitches, it's the pitcher and what he does.
Kemp has enjoyed playing against the Reds, a .331 lifetime average. Yesterday, after grounding out a home run, a 2-run double to right, he walked and scored and then singled in the 2 runs that won it, 9-7.
There it is again.
Quick pitch, and it works again for a strike. 2-1. He is a clever pitcher.
See how far he hung up on that one? That was a good 2-second.
How do you get rhythm?
Hey, he's doing the flamingo there. You like when flamingos take a nap, they sleep with one leg up? He pulled the old flamingo there.
Oh, the flamingo flamenco?
Yeah. Look at this. Watch, he goes in. 1, 2, half, 3. Outside corner paint.
And then the quick pitch, but driving it into the right center field is Kemp. That's Hamilton, and he can't come up with it. Here is Kemp racing for second. The throw will be offline, and Kemp with a double. Great effort by Hamilton trying to run that down, and the ball kept slicing away from him. And Kemp has the third Padre hit and the first extra base hit.
I'll be quite honest with you. I'm very surprised that Hamilton did not catch that ball. And I'll bet you if you ask Billy Hamilton, he's surprised he didn't catch that ball either. He gets to that ball quickly, lays out like so many times. Oh, you know what? He overran it, hit him in the heel.
He did overrun, yep.
Ball hits him in the heel of the glove.
Almost hit him in the wrist.
That's a very catchable ball for Hamilton, but that's a hang with him. It's a double for Matt Kemp.
It's one of those things where you want to make the spectacular sliding catch, and you really didn't have to dive quite so soon or so far. Well, Kemp will take the double, and the Padres have a chance to even the count here as Alonso steps in. And carrying the tying run from second base, Alonso, like Kemp, had the bat sawed in half his first time out, rolled to first baseman Votto. Two and 0.
Tell you one thing, Yonder Alonso's going to be aware and try to be quick to that baseball on the inside part of the plate. Looked like it was a cut fastball that last time when he shattered his bat.
So working from the stretch, Cueto can't be quite as cute in terms of changing his various deliveries and speed of delivery. That's outside, 3-0. Will Middlebrooks on deck. Padres trying to answer the home run by Jay Bruce. Tie it up here in the top of the third. And 3-0 green light, and Alonso pops it up. Cozart waits for it to come down, and that's it for the Padres in the third. It'll be Johnny Cueto, the pitcher, leading off the bottom of the inning.
Underneath the smokestacks that are out here in right center field, the two smokestacks go off when there's a strikeout, fireworks when there's a home run, but there's not actually supposed to be fire, just fireworks. Back on May 15th, one of the stacks caught on fire. They had to suspend. It took about 30 minutes. The fans had to leave. One of the interesting things was no one had actually called the fire department when they found out about it. The firefighters just happened to be watching the Reds game at that time, so they hopped in their trucks. They came down here. So good thing that those firefighters are baseball fans, that they were able to speed up their time getting to the ballpark to put that thing out. You can see a little bit of residue left on that smokestack.
I thought the black smoke meant that there wasn't a Pope elected yet. And then when the white smoke came out, that means, hey, we made a decision. Stay tuned. Wow.
Cueto leads off, hitting 8. And he pushes the bunt right to Alonso, and the rest is easy. One away.
Any first out of an inning is a big out for Despaigne. Now he's got to deal with the speedster Hamilton.
By the way, the top of the smokestacks, you see the bats on each smokestack. There's 7 on each. There they are. A total of 14, and it's a subtle tribute to you-know-who.
That'd be the hit king, right?
Pete Rose.
Pete Rose.
Billy Hamilton. Both corner infielders in tight. Try to take the bunt away. There's a strike. Fastball at 90.
I've always been a fan of pitching this guy up in the zone. Not a home run threat by any stretch, but keep the ball in the air. He utilizes that speed when he hits the ball on the ground.
Surprisingly, he has 3 home runs this year. And he tries to bunt, and this one's going to work unless Spangenberg can get there. Nope, not in time.
That was the only way the Padres could try to get Hamilton on that play. They did everything they could. Speed was the difference.
Yeah, good placement. Spangenberg hustled over.
Oh, that was close, but
really
he beat
was.
it. Yeah. Love the expo. Ball's in the glove. Hamilton hits the bag before Spangenberg. Man, you can't get any closer than that.
Second hit for the Reds. And with Hamilton aboard, we haven't seen him try to steal in the series. He hasn't had the opportunity, but here's one now, and it's just a matter of when, not if. Brandon Phillips grounded out the first time.
Well, the one thing is Despaigne will use the slide step.
Outside ball 1. And it's only natural for Despaigne now with Hamilton at first to try to hurry up his delivery to the plate. Hamilton leads the majors with 23 stolen bases.
And Dick, you make a good point, because if you rush your delivery, you have a tendency to work underneath it. You'll elevate the ball, and that gives a good chance for Brandon Phillips to do some damage.
79 steals in the last year and a half. He has 92 in his career. And that's in 214 games. He's about to become the fastest to hit 100 stolen bases to start a career since Vince Coleman back in '85 with the Cardinals. That's a long period of time. 30 years ago. Pitch out. Not going. D. Gordon is second in the majors with 20. Polanco, Pollock on the list.
You know, it still amazes me. I love to look into the Reds media guide, because I turned to the page with the stats for Billy Hamilton. In 2012, 2 stops, A ball, double A ball. He had 155 stolen bases. 104 in Bakersfield A ball, and 51 in Pensacola in Double A.
All in the same season.
Wow.
Two 2-0 to Phillips. So if he's going, they've already tried the pitch out. You'd figure this is the time. He doesn't go, and it's pop foul out of play. I hope I'm first guessing, not second guessing, Brian Price, the manager of Cincinnati, but some of the managers have fallen in love with that, hitting the pitcher 8th and someone else 9th. Runner goes, and it's popped up. First base side. Alonso, no, it's going to fall just back of the dugout. I just think when you have somebody who's such a threat and disturbs the pitcher in the game so much as Billy Hamilton, I don't want him hitting 9th. If he's hitting first, he gets an extra at bat in the game. And that's another time that you can terrorize the opposition. Price has his own reasons for doing it. In essence, when he hits 9th, he can become like the leadoff man, and then you have Phillips second and Votto would be then third. But you're taking a bat away from him, one at bat a game, basically, when you hit a man 9th. So what do I know about hockey?
No, you don't think that's a good point, and there are other variables that come into play.
Line drive, Phillips, soft line drive into right field. It falls for a hit. Hamilton wasn't sure that it would be caught, so he's back to second base. And the Reds have something going here in the third. And just because Hamilton's at second base, you better pay attention. He steals third as much as anyone.
You know, Brian Price, the manager for the Reds, he's just hoping that Hamilton can get that average up, and also that on-base percentage. His on-base percentage really disappointing at .263 for Hamilton. But you're right, Dick. Keep an eye on him. Second base, he might pilfer third.
He did in the Philadelphia series earlier in the week. Here's Votto, struck out swinging the first time. In there. Fastball, 91. One nothing Reds. Last of the third. Bunt single Hamilton and a soft single to right from Phillips. Off speed outside and low. Just inside, 2-1.
Well, one thing is for sure with Despaigne this afternoon, he has not shaken off Derek Norris one time today. That was the game plan. Whatever the catcher puts down, throw it. Fastball, slider, two-seamer, changeup.
Over but low, 3-1. Four-time All-Star Votto, National League MVP back in 2010. Now he's sitting on a 3-1 pitch with 2 men aboard. Center field. Venable reads it correctly. Tagging is Hamilton. Throw goes to second base and Hamilton over to third with 2 outs.
That's got to be so frustrating for a hitter. 3-1 count, runner in scoring position, put a good swing on it, and he just happened to hit it on the line to the center fielder. And speaking of center fielders, I had a chat with Will Venable today in the clubhouse.
I saw you. Yeah, what did he say?
Well, I approached him. I said, "Hey, are you okay about yesterday?" He goes, "Hey, we won the game. That's the most important thing." I said, "Well, what about those fly balls? I know what I saw, but I want to know what you were thinking." He goes, "You know what? I just messed up." And you have to really appreciate that. A kid who's accountable, no excuses. He goes, "I just messed up."
Back-to-back plays that he misjudged. He came in on the balls hit by Votto and Frazier, and they went over his head.
Bad reads.
One for a triple, one for a double.
Now the first one, good swing. He came in over his head. Now the second one, I said, "Were you fooled on the swing of Frazier?" He goes, "No. I just moved to my left, and all of a sudden I realized his ball was hit better than I thought."
High fly ball, left field. Back goes Upton near the wall, and it stays in the ballpark. Final out, caught by Upton off the bat of Frazier. Reds lead 2 in the third.
And the bench a little bit. Is there any message you wanted these guys to hear from you at that time of the game?
No, not a message. It's we weren't playing very well. I don't think we're all supposed to be docile 100% of the time and just think that everything's okay when we're not playing well. And, so I got angry.
saw him with Tony Cingriani as he went out to the mound, and he was barking. He said that he just thought his team was too complacent. We need to out-attitude the other team, not be so docile. And accepting that loss, that was a tough loss for the Reds. They had a 6-1 lead, and the bullpen has been exploding throughout the season and giving up big leads, and he's tired of it. Middlebrooks fouls it away. 0-2 the count. Will singled to left field his first time.
And a lesson to be learned for any pitcher out there, any level. You stay on that mound until the manager goes out there. He might want to light a fire under it. He might want to give you a scouting report, but until he extends that hand, you don't give up the rock. You want to stay out there.
He's trying to teach young Cingriani a lesson.
Yeah.
Another foul by Middlebrooks.
Make him pry that ball out of your hand.
Padres have had their chances. They're 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position first 3 innings against Cueto. Middlebrooks, 8 home runs, 7 of them have been on the road. Struck him out. 4 now for Cueto. The Padres 2 walks in the first inning, but he got Alonso to shatter his bat. Easy ground out. Then in the second inning, Will Venable grounding out to short, and the play made at third base on Middlebrooks with men at first and second, and then a 3-0 pitch, and Alonso with a man at second pops it up in the third.
Yeah, there are those pitchers out there like Cueto who can find a groove and retire 17, 18 in a row. And then there are the pitchers out there when they get in a little bit of trouble, they make the good pitch to get out of it. That right-hander, Johnny Cueto, is both.
See Josh Johnson to the left of Cashner in the dugout. We talked with Josh. He said he's feeling great. We might see him on the mound before the All-Star break. Spangenberg hit the ball well the first time. Took Bruce back to the morning path. 5 for 11 in the last 4 games. Late swing foul. Well, a big day in baseball tomorrow around both leagues. The draft will be conducted. I think it's starting at 4 o'clock on Pacific Coast time. Yes. 4 o'clock Eastern time as Spangenberg goes down. That's 5 strikeouts. So it'll be 1 o'clock in San Diego. The Padres don't have a first round pick. They forfeited their 13th overall in the signing of James Shields, and they lost their 41st. That was part of the deal for Craig Kimbrell. So their first selection will be in the second round, 51st overall. And they have number 86 and number 117. It'll be interesting to see the news.
Yep.
A.J. Preller's group, that scouting group, they have their eye on somebody that might just surprise the world and be the next star. A real test of the scouts. What can you do? You know, if you're picking first, second, third, it's pretty obvious you're going to take one of the very best. But if you're down second round and you select somebody that's the next Johnny Bench or Derek Jeter, then you get a bonus.
Yeah, I love the stories, Dick, about the 30th rounder, right? It gets that deep into the draft, and you know, one of your scouts calls up and says, hey, I like this guy. He's still on the board. He's from a junior college in Iowa. I like what I saw a couple times that I saw him. Next thing you know, he's got 8 or 10 years in the big leagues. Love that.
Barmas takes on the inside corner. Didn't think it was a strike, Clint. So it's 0-2.
Yeah, the first 2 hitters striking out. Fastballs up. Middlebrooks up, swinging. Spangenberg up, swinging. And there's a quick pitch there.
Barmas singled. Line drive to left field his first time. One of 3 Padre hits. Double by Kemp, singles Middlebrooks and Barmas. Off the fist, rolled to second. Phillips over to Votto, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. The first 3 up, 3 down frame for Cueto today.
Riverboat in the outfield, and with it being in Cincinnati today, thought we'd have a little fun. Who had a better mustache, Bud Black in the mid-'80s or Mr. Redlegs?
I'm going Bud Black, 1985 for sure, because it's authentic. It's a real person. Oh my goodness, Buddy Black, for sure. Oh, Redlegs has got it. He's got it. I don't know about that stash that Buddy's got right there.
I'm going to say Mr. Redlegs. Better whatever this is at the end. I like that one. That's a good one. Yeah. What's that called? Handlebar? Yeah. Much better.
Bud Black said afterwards, I had that mustache for way too long. Hey, I give it to Bud Black, you guys. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't think if he knocked on my door with that look, I wouldn't buy the encyclopedia.
He gave it a good try, and that was the trend back then.
Yeah.
Right? Early 80s?
Stash, not the beard. Now it's the beard. That's Jay Bruce homered, and that's the score in the game, 1-0. Now there you have it. What do you think, fans? Bud Black, your friendly vacuum cleaner salesman, Mr. Redleg. Bruce powered a 438-foot homer deep into the bleachers in right field for the only score in the game. Pena and Cozart to follow. Shift on. Spangenberg shallow in right field. Breaking ball in the dirt, 1-2. You ever grow a mustache?
I have, yes, and I've grown the handlebars as well. You get a little mustache wax and you get it working. You see the hot zone for Jay Bruce there. Obviously loves it down the middle, but likes to get on top of those pitches that were up in the zone. A little bit out of the zone. Get it up there.
Hits this one to left field. Up in position just right. Fades to the line. One away.
Just as Derek Norris put that target down or target up, better make sure it's up.
The Redlegs logo in essence is that mustache going back to the old Red Stockings days of the 1800s, and that building decorated for the upcoming All-Star game, July 14th. And of course, a year from now, we'll be talking about the All-Stars coming to San Diego. Brian Pena, the catcher, popped to short his first time. As big as Pena is, and he's been in the big leagues 10 years, the most home runs he's ever hit is 6. He's not homered this year. Switch hitter.
Slider speed bat, slow shillelagh. Can eat him up inside. Don't throw him a slider or a curveball for a strike.
He's 33 now, born and raised in Cuba. That's in there.
Well, stay tuned. We've got a game break coming up. Halos, Pinstripers. Angels, Yankees from the Bronx. Going to fill you in on that game.
The Seraphs and the Bombers, huh? Line drive foul. About 8 feet foul.
Love the nicknames. I've got to admit, I love it. The Bombers, Murderers Row, the Pinstripers, the Seraphs,
the Bengals. Two and two. Slow curveball doesn't quite snap into the zone, and the count goes full. This is the 999th regular season game at the Great American Ballpark. They celebrate number 1,000 as the Phillies come in here tomorrow night.
I have to say, this is much better than Riverfront.
Well, you're right there. There's multi-purpose stadiums in Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, St. Louis. Up the middle and snared by Odrisamer Despaigne for the out. 1-3 in the scorebook, and that'll bring up Zach Cozart. Well, here's the National University standings, and interestingly, yesterday and last night, all 5 teams won. Dodgers beat St. Louis, San Francisco, a winner at Philadelphia. The Padres won here. Arizona and Colorado won at home. Arizona beat Miami, and Colorado, who did they beat last night? Miami. Colorado beat Miami. Arizona beat the Mets.
Tight division, huh? Last place team, Colorado, 6 games out.
Yeah, it's wide open. I mean, the Dodgers, by all standards, have the best team. That's what everyone figures, but there's no cinch there. Slow curveball pulled foul by Cozart. They did get Yasiel Puig back, and that could help the Dodgers. Losing the pitcher Ryu and McCarthy for the season. Ground ball weakly to short. Armas has to hurry the throw across in time. And a 1-2-3 inning for Despaigne. We've completed 4 in Cincinnati. 1-0. The Reds lead it. Padres will bring up some of the heavy hitters in the top of the 5th. All right, thank you, Mike. And memory serves me correctly, 535 pushes him past Jimmy Fox, the number 17 all time. Fox with 534. Look at this!
Yes!
Base hit into the right field corner. That's Driesmer Despagne sprinting to second base. A double for Despagne. They're fading in the Padre dugout. Bets have been lost today. They didn't think he'd get a hit all year, much less an extra base hit.
Hey, Driesmer, you just hit a double off a 20-game winner. Up and away, takes it that way. And first base coach, Jose Valentin, it's like one of those construction workers saying, go that way. Second base is that way. Matt Kemp's all excited. Now that's some kind of nice. I love that.
Put a microphone in his face, and now what are you going to do, Driesmer? I'm going to Disney World.
Well, let's see if they can get him around to score and have a nice break on that bench for a while. Good for him.
Padres are 0 for 5, runners in scoring position. No one out. And 0-2 to Venable. Venable has walked and grounded to short.
I cannot believe I'm marking down a double on the line for Driesmer Despagne in my scorebook.
Maybe he's a better hitter than we all thought.
Yeah.
Cutting and slashing up there. Tying run out at second. And Venable caught looking, one away. Now, there's a situation where you'd like to get that man over to third. But you're facing a tough pitcher in Cueto, and he's got 6 strikeouts through 4 1/3 innings. Norris struck out and a long out to center field. 380 with runners in scoring position for Derek Norris. Again, Hamilton dangerously shallow in center. Ball 1. 94 on the fastball. Cueto still saved some in the tank.
Yeah, he'll add and subtract with the best of them out there. Pick his spots with the fastball.
High again.
Well, a lot of pitches have been up from Cueto. The double to Despagne, the first 2 pitches here. You know, even last inning, Dick, with Middlebrooks and Spangenberg striking out, he was up in the zone. I don't know whether that was by design, but the Padre hitters just couldn't catch up to it.
Brandon Phillips ducking in behind Despagne at second base. Big hole in the right side. Now he backs off. And a fly ball to right. Shallow. Phillips out. Bruce in. And Bruce makes the catch. So the Padres 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Yeah, Justin Upton comes up. He was the first player selected as we look ahead to tomorrow's draft of amateur players. Look at the names on that list. Ryan Braun, Tulowitzki 7th. Cameron Maben 10th. Andrew McCutcheon 11th. Jay Bruce 12th.
Wow, that's a good draft. That's a good dozen right there.
See if Upton can pick up Despagne. He has walked and struck out. Got quick pitched. And a fastball caught looking. Despagne ready to roll from second base. Padres trail 1-0. A chance to tie. Or if Upton can tie into one, take the lead.
I'm all for that.
Check swing inside, 2-0.
You know what Cueto's good at, and he's proven that in his big league career. He just throws pitches. You know, he'll make mistakes like every pitcher, but he throws pitches close enough to the plate where he'll entice the hitter to where they want to swing. At his pitch, avoid the sweet spot. Get in on the hands, off the end of the bat.
Slider in, 2-1.
And more times than not, he's staying out of that heart of the plate. You know how hard it is, Dick, to win 20 games in the big leagues? Oh, my goodness. You have to have a little bit of luck, but
20-9 last year. Comes back with a changeup.
All over the map too. Fox Tracks brought to you by Southland Technology. Up, down, in, and out. Nothing towards the heart of the plate.
That one right at the knees. 2-2. Espana feels like he's on an island out there at second. He's been out there for 15 minutes. No longer, as Cueto strikes out another. 7 strikeouts. Leadoff double. Surprise base hit by Espana. And they just can't bring him around. Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Sony, the leader of 4K Ultra HD. By Petco, what we feed them matters. And by your San Diego Lexus dealer. With Mark Grant, Chris Button, Dick Enberg, we're pleased you're spending part of your Sunday with us. Sunday fun day, run day? No, not so far. As Johnny Cueto has denied the Padres with runners in scoring position. 0 for 8, the Padres. Runners in scoring position so far. Hopefully, Espana didn't wear himself out sprinting all the way to second base as he goes to work bottom of the 5th.
In the last 3 starts, he has thrown the ball extremely well. Opponents only hitting a .237 clip. Look at the few walks. Only 3 as opposed to 13 strikeouts. That's some serious twirling going on right there.
No walks today.
Only 1 pitch is the difference in this game up to this point.
Couple of strikeouts. Schumacher, Cueto, and Hamilton to bat in the 5th. Schumacher ground to short the first at bat. Starts him off speed. Strike 1. Same pitch, but inside. Changeup. Outside, 2-1. Three and 1. So no walk so far for Espana. I don't want to walk Schumacher. That gives Cueto a chance just to serve his role as a sacrifice bunter. Full count. Pinned that one at the knees, right on the outside edge. Line drive, fair ball inside the line, past third, into the corner goes Upton, and Schumacher into second base with a double. Just as Despagne doubled the lead off the top half of the inning, Schumacher answers here in the home half.
Well, with Will Middlebrooks playing way off the bag at third base, this four-seamer just catches too much of the plate, outer third, and Skip Schumacher stays inside that. Hands first, barrel follows, coming right at you. Leadoff double. Now Despaign's got some work to do. Get this, keep that runner at second base. Hopefully Cueto can pop up a bunt here.
Hit totals even at 4 aside. Jay Bruce's solo home run, the only score. Cueto tried to bunt for a base hit the first time and fouls his first attempt. And he bunted a push bunt that Alonso was able to field and tag him out. He has 3 sacrifice bunts this year. 4. That moves Schumacher over to third base for Billy Hamilton. And our Ram trucks tools of the trade.
Let's go back to the 6th inning, yesterday's game. Remember that high pop fly? Justin Upton did not get a good read on it, but Will Middlebrooks is there. In the triangle, Solarte, but look at the ball drops in there, and Todd Frazier tries to score. Credit Derek Norris. He's giving him a lane.
And credit Upton for his quick reaction, getting that ball in the first hop and throwing out what would have been the 8th run.
So tools of the trade, the second effort from Justin Upton getting Frazier at the plate.
Hamilton bunted safely for a base hit his last time. Infield in, right back to the pitcher Despagne, and they've got the runner hung up. And Despagne makes the tag, but it took too long. You got to throw that ball to the third baseman and try to keep Hamilton from getting all the way to second base. So Schumacher does well enough to get in that pickle and allow Hamilton to move into scoring position.
As soon as this ball is hit, you eye the runner, run at him. Now, keep running. Go. See how he slowed up? Despagne is slowed up. And that happens quite a bit. The fielder will slow up because the runner slows up. No, you got to go right at him. Keep going. By that time, Hamilton, with his speed, gets in the scoring position.
And brings up the leadoff man, Brandon Phillips. Phillips grounded to third and dropped a single into right field his last time. .25 runs batted in for a leadoff man. That's pretty good. One ball, one strike. Hamilton at second base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Reds leading 1-0. Check swing foul. That almost got the cotton candy man coming down the aisle. What's that, sir, in my cotton candy?
Trying to sell the cotton candy, and you got incoming coming your way.
Yeah, sweet.
That's some serious concentration there.
1-2 to Phillips. And another check swing foul. Cueto on the mound. Runs are precious for the Padres. In fact, they haven't scored one yet, so you want to try to keep it at 1-0 here. Hopefully it stretch out Cueto, get into that troubled bullpen of the Reds.
Yeah, Brian Price is going to go as long as he can with Cueto. No doubt about that.
The Reds, by the way, made a player move today. The big right-hander we saw yesterday, Jumbo Diaz, has been optioned back to Louisville, and they've called up Nate Adcock, a right-handed pitcher. Strike 3 called, and Phillips, angry at the call, maybe angry at himself, doesn't believe it, but he's out of there. And Despagne has pitched out of trouble here in the 5th. And we go on to the 6th inning. Yes, says Mike Estabrook, that's too good for you to take. You're out of there. Brought to you by Geico. July 14th, 1992, San Diego hosts its second Midsummer Classic in front of 59,000 plus at Jack Murphy Stadium. Ken Griffey Jr. goes 3 for 3 with a home run, wins the MVP. The American League victors 13-6 over the Nationals. And what a lineup. Just featuring Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer.
Top 3 here, Hall of Famers. Look at that. Alomar, Tony Gwynn in there.
Ripken.
Smith. Sandberg. Glavine.
Good stuff, huh?
Ripken at short. Did you mention Ripken, Dick? You did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I was just amazed at that lineup.
Matt Kemp. First ball swinging, fouls it back. He doubled to right center off the glove of Hamilton in the 3rd. Padres with 4 hits, doubles by Kemp and Despagne. That's right, Despagne doubled. Singles by Middlebrooks and Barmas. Inside edge, 0-2.
A lot of looks from the hitters this afternoon. It's called strikes. Both sides.
He's working the corners, the edges. Fouled out of play.
Once again, all 3 pitches so far have been up to Matt Kemp.
One nothing Reds. Completing 5. Kemp leading off the 6th. He checks his swing. Did not go. Now the good sign of Matt Kemp, as you look at that again, well, he just did hold back, was his home run and his 2-run double, both to right field yesterday. And that's strike 3. That's what Estabrook is calling a strike. That's what got Brandon Phillips in the last of the 5th inning. 8 strikeouts now for Cueto.
Hey, don't forget to fill out your 2015 All-Star Game ballot and support your favorite Padres. Derek Norris, Justin Upton, they need your help to get voted in. Vote for these All-Stars up to 35 times at Padres.com/vote or with the MLB.com @bat app.
Alonso sawed off, grounded to first, and popped to short. They green-lighted him with Kemp at second and 2 outs in the 3rd on 3-0, but he popped up.
We got some chirping going on from the dugout. Can't afford to get tossed. Mike Estabrook saying enough is enough. Here's that last pitch. It was a cut fastball, the inside part of the plate.
Didn't look that bad from that angle, did it?
Didn't see it on tracks, but you're right. It looked like it was close.
Alonso takes low and away, 2-1. Look at that pitching count, getting it up there. 87 now for Cueto. Inside, 3-1. The situation here in Cincinnati, because of their bullpen, it's almost like you walk in the house and you smell that pie baking. You know, Mom has been baking all day, and you just can't wait to get to it.
Yeah.
You know, the way the Padres feel about, you know, let's get into that bullpen.
Absolutely. And that's why, if you're Matt Kemp, Dick, you can't afford to get tossed because it's a 1-0 game. You're one swing away. If they get Cueto out of the game and they get into that bullpen, Matt Kemp might come up at one point in the game and drive that run or 2 in. So that's why he's so valuable to this Padre lineup.
Meanwhile, Cueto, after walking 2 in the 1st inning, has not walked any since, and he struck out 8. 3-2 again to Alonso. And there's a line drive at Phillips, right to the glove. 2 away. You barrel them up. Sometimes they find the fielders. Middlebrooks singled and struck out. Cueto's count up to 90. Michael Lorenzen, the rookie right-hander, got through 6 innings last night, left with the lead 7-3. But then Matthews and Granny, Diaz gave up 6 runs, and the Padres won at 9-7. Right field, Bruce is there. Padres go in order in the 6th. It's still 1-0 Cincinnati. All right, thank you, Mike. Bottom of the 6th. Joey Votto, then Todd Frazier and Jay Bruce against Odrisamer Despaigne. Each pitcher allowing just 4 hits. He only scored Jay Bruce's home run. 1-1 to Votto, who has struck out and lined to center. 5 innings, 4 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts for OD. Broken bat and a base hit to right center field. Kemp up with it and makes the quick toss in, and that holds Votto to a single. Brings up Todd Frazier.
Well, looking at the line this year for Cueto when it starts, Dick, I'll tell you what, Brian Price is going to go as long as he can with it. He's thrown as many as 125 pitches in a game. He threw 123 one time. So if he can get 8 innings out of him, maybe even 9.
Well, 8 and bring in Chapman, who's well rested.
Yep.
Frazier grounded to second and a long out to left. Lines that one the opposite way into the corner, fair ball. Kemp digs it out, racing all the way is Votto to third on a double. First time in the game that the Reds have put together 2 hits in an inning, and with no one out, second and third for Cincinnati.
Third time around for Votto, third time around for Frazier, and he takes that pitch. A guy who usually likes to dive and use the big part of the field, center field and left, Todd Frazier goes opposite field.
So the infield will play it halfway, try to cut down Votto. Doesn't run that well. Big Jay Bruce, the long home run back in the second inning for the only run in the game so far, and he's flied to left. Boy, that's a dangerous pitch.
Better make sure it's down. Hey, heads up right side of the infield also. If Despaigne throws that cut fastball into Jay Bruce, potential for a broken bat hit, maybe here or here. Get ready to freeze that runner, or if he commits, throw him out at the plate.
That ball is drilled to right field, way back, and that will go for a second home run. Jay Bruce, a 3-run shot. And the farther it got toward the foul pole, the shorter the distance from home plate. And that one traveled about 335 feet. And the Cincinnati Reds now lead 4-0 on 4 runs driven in by Jay Bruce.
Four-seam fastball. Boy, Jay Bruce got up on that one as well. Hit it high, but the ball travels well here and got just enough of it for the home run.
That brings up Pena. So the Reds have been 0 for 4 runners in scoring position. The Padres 0 for 8, but Bruce changes that with one swing. 16th time in his career he's hit more than 1 home run in a game. His 8th and 9th of the year against Despaigne. He's been slumping, 217 average coming in. It's a welcome sound for the Cincinnati fans. That home run pop from Bruce. Pena back of third, Middlebrooks out, and makes the catch going away for the first down.
Getting some pitches up. The home run pitch up. That pitch to Pena up.
Zach Cozart steps up. He's struck out and grounded to short. They measure the home run at just 343 feet. So a single Votto, the double the opposite field Frazier, and Bruce clubs his second home run of the game for the 4-0 lead. Checking the scoreboard, the Giants are at Philadelphia. They're tied at 3 in the 4th. Mets play Arizona later this afternoon. The same Miami at Colorado. And the Dodgers play tonight against St. Louis. Middlebrooks, a 2-hopper. He takes care of Cozart for the second out.
This month, Fox Sports San Diego is proud to honor Make-A-Wish San Diego as the Community Partner of the Month, presented by Kaiser Permanente. Make-A-Wish San Diego has given hope, strength, and joy to children with life-threatening medical conditions to enrich the human experience. For more information, visit foxsportssandiego.com. That's foxsportssandiego.com.
Skip Schumacher doubled to left field his last time. Starts him with that slow curveball at 68, misses. Center field, that's going to drop in front of Venable. 2 hits for Schumacher. Brings up the pitcher Cueto.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Cueto has bunted both times, tried to bunt for a base hit in the 3rd and was tagged out by Alonso, and did successfully sacrifice in the 5th inning.
Well, probably the last inning for Despaigne. He's due up 3rd next inning, so probably see a Padre pitcher up in the pen after this half.
And a line drive base hit. Cueto goes the opposite field. That's his 4th hit of the season. Moves Schumacher up 90 feet and brings to the plate Billy Hamilton.
Well, like Despaign's double, it was up and away. He stays on top of it. Cueto gets extended. Not a bad looking swing for the right-hander.
5 hits in the inning for the Reds. Single Votto, double Frazier, the 3-run homer Bruce, and now 2 out singles from Schumacher and Cueto. Hamilton a bunt single, and then he was out on a fielder's choice. That was the play where Despaigne made the comebacker and then tagged out the runner between 3rd and home. Called to the bullpen. Padres would like to see the final out here and not use up a pitching change with Despaigne scheduled to hit in the 7th. 1 hopper. Barmes knocks it down and gets the force at second. But the damage done by the big cleanup hitter Jay Bruce. He follows his home run of 438 feet by one about 100 feet shorter, but it still made it over the fence, and it's 4-0.
talking about photobombing. As I was interviewing Alonzo Powell, guys getting into the act. And Sean Kelly, slowly but surely making his way in and sharing that smile. Guys having a little fun during the interview yesterday.
They're all boys. They're all kids, aren't they?
Got to keep that sense of humor.
It's part of the game.
Yep.
Got to have a little kid in you, no matter how old you are.
And as Bud Black looks at it, after that first pitch, everybody gives it their all. Each and every game. You know what happens before. You got to get prepared, no doubt about that. But got to have some fun along the way.
Thanks to the big bat of Jay Bruce, producing 2 home runs and a 4-0 lead. Cueto goes to work here in the 7th inning. Spangenberg, Varmus, and a pinch hitter undoubtedly for Despagne, who may argue his case after the double the last time.
They get a couple guys in scoring position. Hey, Skip, let me drive him in.
Let's go to the video. Strike 1 to Spangenberg. He squares. He's flied out deep to right and struck out.
Well, it's going to be tough, but the Padres got a battle here. Get some base runners, and Cueto has shown that when he gets into trouble, he makes some good pitches this afternoon.
Off the fist, right to Votto, and he'll take it to the bag himself. Chris Budd, what do you have for us?
And Ross is back down in the dugout today, returned from Washington, D.C., where he got to see his little brother Joe make his major league debut yesterday. It was actually a surprise for Joe. He didn't let him know until the morning of. He told me he was actually more nervous about Joe getting ready for his start than Tyson does for his starts, and said he was sitting there wanting to critique everything. Hey, that slider should have been down more. That fastball was too high. So sometimes hard to put the game away and just enjoy.
Well, that's great that the brothers can share the baseball experience. And, of course, they thought they'd be teammates with the Padres, but Joe traded off to Washington. That was part of the completion of the Will Myers deal. Clint Varmus falls behind 0-2. Abraham Almonte is in the on-deck circle. Apparently will hit for Despagne. Cueto has retired 7 in a row. Now pitching with a 4-0 lead. One and two.
I just love the Tyson Ross story and Joe Ross, the brothers pitching in the big leagues. Kind of like the Necros, the Force brothers, the Perrys. I'm sure there are others out there, but to have siblings, brothers pitching in the big leagues, that is awesome.
That one nails the dugout, sends them scattering down there in the third base dugout. A little ninja had to dive for cover. Todd Hutchison. That one hit his, hopefully it didn't hit his computer. Oh, just the fan. Oh, that's not a problem. 2-2 to Varmus. He has one of the 4 hits of Cueto, a single to left field back in the second. 100 pitches now for the veteran right-hander. Nubbed up the first base side. It's hanging fair, and foul at the last minute. Cueto chasing it like chasing your dog in the backyard. And he finally, the dog got away.
He was trying to get that ball before it went foul because he wanted to glove it and then tag the runner. And there it's foul.
Just the last roll away from Cueto. What's this all about? Bud Blackout talking with plate umpire Estabrook.
Does Bud want them to look at that, possibly? Let's take a look. Is this ball still on the chalk?
Well, Bud wants the call to stand for it to be foul. Chalk came up.
I think he wants it to be fair because then he would have a base runner.
Because after Cueto touched it, he didn't make a play on the runner. Okay. Chalk flies up when Cueto's glove hits the foul line.
Good call, Dick. Look at Inspector over there. Inspector Enberg. All over the case.
I see the teachers in my day, we used the chalk, so we know about that stuff.
Yeah, I remember the chalk days, you bet.
2 balls, 2 strikes now to Varmus. And down he goes swinging. That's 9 for Cueto. How about our Cholula flamethrower, Mark?
Well, with Cueto out there on the mound. You know what? I'm going Picante. I'm going muy picante. Above 95, you deserve that. But you know what, though, Dick, and you know this as well as anybody, he is not a thrower. He is a pitcher to the T.
We talked about his earned run average the last 5.5 seasons. Only Clayton Kershaw has a lower ERA. And Almonte wastes no time. First ball hunting and sends a fly ball out shallow center field. Shortstop Cozart in front of Hamilton makes the play. And that's 10 in a row now, retired by Cueto since Despaignet's double back in the 5th inning. God Bless America today on this beautiful Sunday in the Midwest will be sung by Joe Zerhausen.
We ask that you please stand, kindly remove your hats and face the American flag. Major League Baseball, the Reds and the Padres salute the men and women of our armed forces, as well as those who serve to protect in our local police and fire departments. At this time, please help us honor these brave men and women and all our veterans of service, and welcome Dave Burtis as he leads us in the singing of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Since Padres baseball, brought to you by Sequan Casino, only 25 miles from Petco Park. And by Jack in the Box. Try the new Double Jack today, only at Jack in the Box. New pitcher for the Padres, Sean Kelly. And our pitching change is brought to you by El Cajon Ford. Kelly greeted, first ball swinging by Brandon Phillips, and he fouls it away. Nice rendition of God Bless America by Dave Burtis. I introduced Joe Zerhausen, who actually sang the national anthem at the start of the game. Sean Kelly making his 16th appearance.
The last time out for Sean was against the Mets at home inning. Punched out a Met.
0-2 to Phillips. Votto and Frazier to follow.
7 straight, Dick, for Sean Kelly. You know, that bullpen's coming together. 7 straight scoreless outings.
7 1/3 innings, no runs, only 2 hits allowed, 6 strikeouts. He gets Phillips easily. 1 away. Brings up Votto. His single opened the 6th inning and led to the Jay Bruce 3-run homer. And that leads us to Chris Button.
Sean Kelly just about an hour and a half from his hometown in Louisville, and there's his parents, Dennis and Rhonda Kelly, came out to all 3 games. Sean told me he's got about 20 people coming to all of the games, so a nice crowd to cheer him on. About, I don't know, about 90 miles from hometown in Louisville.
And these 2 river cities along the Ohio. And of course, you can imagine the competition when it comes to college basketball. Ground ball Votto, another hit for him. So in the series, he's been on base 9 of 13 trips. And hitting, he is 4 for 8, plus those 5 walks. Todd Frazier doubled into the right field corners last time, and he scored on the Bruce home run.
You know what? I kind of like Todd Frazier even more. His walk-up music, "Fly Me to the Moon," Frank Sinatra.
And you don't see many players using some of the old crooners, huh?
Of course, Todd Frazier from New Jersey.
High fly ball to left field. Upton searching up into the sunny skies. Boy, that ball was way up there. 2 away. And we have our San Diego, or Fan Diego, fans of the game. And we'll salute our fans of the game, the Kellys from Louisville. Dennis and Rhonda see their son get the 2nd out, and here's Jay Bruce.
Love that. What a treat for mom and dad.
You know, as kids, even as young adults, you don't, until you have your own children, appreciate your actions, good and bad.
Yeah.
What it means to your parents, mom and dad, huh?
Hey, I think I've told you this story, but when Mary and I first had our first child, it finally clicked how much my mom and dad loved me.
Yeah. Well, we've celebrated Mother's Day. We should every day, but a special Sunday and Father's Day coming up. Can't wait to see what you're going to get me. Bruce with 2 home runs. Kelly working delicately to the cleanup hitter. 1-1.
I've always been a firm believer that this is a hold situation for any reliever, even if there's a deficit. 4 runs. Keep the Reds at slam range. Sean Kelly go out there, throw up a 0 here in the bottom half of the 7th.
1-2.
And what a good kid Sean is. He took we did a 7-minute interview, 7.5-minute interview the other day out in front of the dugout, talked horse racing, and he called it. He called American Pharoah was going to win. He was spot on. And he's throwing the ball extremely well out of the bullpen right now and making some good pitches here this afternoon.
You know what I liked was after that 7-minute interview. You know, some athletes, they get tired of being interviewed. They give you, they brush you off. He thanked you. He said, "Hey, thank you for taking the time with me."
He's a gentleman. Good kid. Good egg.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Slider down low. After Bruce, it's Brian Pena. Votto will be off with a pitch, so Alonso backs up and he'll play deep behind the bag. Got him. Changeup. Couple of strikeouts for Kelly, and the Reds are gone in the 7th, but they lead by 4. All right, thank you, Mike. J.J. Hoover of a berated and belittled bullpen has been effective. He's 4-0 with an ERA of 2.11. The one man out of the pen that has gotten some outs. And Will Venable's first swing is a soft little fly ball that Votto catches in front of Phillips. They're fine. Venable walked and grounded out, struck out, popped up. One away. So Cueto finished his duty, retiring the last 10 men. He walked only 2. They were in the first inning. Here's that almost a collision. The ball wasn't hit high enough for them to really call one another off. Allowed only 4 hits and struck out 9. And you saw why he's regarded as one of the top pitchers in all of baseball. Derek Norris struck out, a long out to center, and a fly ball to right. Hoover with a 93-mile-an-hour strike. Last 5 games have been cuffed around the bullpen of the Reds.
Yeah, as Mark Sweeney said at the break, coming back to Cincinnati, this is the opportunity. Top of the order. Hoover's put up good numbers. Probably their best guy here in the 8th inning to preserve that 4-0 lead, but the Padres got some work to do.
Yeah, don't wander away. If you've never seen Aroldis Chapman pitch, he is something special. He gets it up there 100 miles an hour consistently. Doesn't mean you can't hit him, but you feel good when you do. Ground ball foul. Norris to be followed by Upton. Any base craft, Matt Kemp. And a reminder today, closed captioning brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel.
Hoover's a 4-pitch pitcher. Fastball, slider, curveball, change. 92 to 97 on that fastball.
In front of Norris, 2 strikes. Fly ball shallow and left. A long run for Schumacher. Out goes Cozart, and he saves the day with the catch. So Norris 0 for 4. That brings up Justin Upton, who has walked and struck out twice. Only 4 hits for the Padres. Kemp with a double. Singles Middlebrooks and Barmes, and Despaigne out of the game with a double. Breaking ball low. Now, Cueto, and you can see why, since this is the last year of his contract, and the Reds are going to have to decide, do you want to sign him for a big number and keep him here, or do you want to use him as trade bait? Because you should be able to get a really good return.
Yep.
Because he's the kind of pitcher, and we saw it today, that in a rotation you're having a little trouble, his turn comes around, he'll shut out those guys.
No question about it. That's why I don't know everything going on with the Reds, but what a chip to have to try to rebuild your team with some younger players. A lot of money out there to be paid. Guys coming up for free agency, arbitration.
Both Cueto and Mike Leake are in the final year of their contracts. And the guess is, and there was some considerable discussion in the Cincinnati Enquirer sports section today, that one or the other will be traded before the deadline. Up the middle, knocked down by Hoover, so he vacuums that one and throws to first for the out. 1-2-3. The Padres are gone in the 8th. Reds lead 4-0.
TV will follow Padres live tonight. Pack up with the Padres for their next road trip, and local celebrities host a dodgeball tournament for a good cause.
Aztec football against the Chargers. I don't talk up. You don't need it.
Following Padres POV.
On the first day of auditions, the hundreds of women are led through a series of stretching before learning the choreography for round 1.
Yeah, we hate to cut that off, but we have to get to the action here. Bottom of the 8th inning, Pena, Cozart, and Schumacher for the Reds. Hubba hubba. Pop up, ground out, and another pop fly for Pena today. Kelly stays in for a second inning. Change up had Pena way out in front. Again, he has not struck out in the last 44 plate appearances. Second longest string of any hitter in the majors. Kelly's got him 1-2.
Put him away right here.
And does strike him out. So ends his streak at 44. Third strikeout for Kelly. Today's game presented in HD by Sony 4K. Cozart struck out and has grounded twice to Barmas at short. The Padres unable to score off Johnny Cueto. They did have men in scoring position. They were 0 for 8 runners in scoring position. He just able to bear down when in trouble.
Yeah, you thought that the Padres were really going to get to him early. 2 walks in the first inning, second and third, 1 out. He got out of it.
He had 2 singles in the second inning. The Padres couldn't score. Fly ball to right. Kemp back a couple of steps for the second out. And that'll bring up Schumacher.
Well, it's a great story. Todd Frazier, who now plays third base for the Cincinnati Reds, back in 1998, his Toms River, New Jersey Little League team, they won the Little League World Series. So part of the deal was they got to go out on the field. Todd Frazier got to stand with Derek Jeter. There he is on the left. But you know what the offshoot of the story is? Todd Frazier, he wanted to stand with Paul O'Neill in right field, and there he is right there. Is that a great story? How you doing?
You saw him get the certificate from Joe Torre.
Oh, that's great.
So baseball, his life, and what a way to start as a 12-year-old win the Little League World Series. Schumacher 2 for 3, a single and a double, but this is a ground ball to Alonso and an easy 3-1 put out. And how about Sean Kelly? 2 solid innings again of relief. Baseball brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com and see how much you could save. And by Petco. What we feed them matters. Joe Nuxall sculpture. He was like 15, 16 years old when he broke into the major league.
Yeah.
Looking ahead, the Braves the next three nights in the Thursday day game. We'll see Freddie Freeman hitting .305. Cameron Maybin, since being traded over there, doing a good job. 6 home runs, .286 average. And Shelby Miller, one of the best pitchers in the league, 5-2 with an ERA of 1.87, will be on the mound tomorrow night. 4 in Atlanta. Aroldis Chapman, speaking of heat, makes his 12th appearance of the season.
Yeah, the numbers are just sick when you look at innings pitched and strikeouts. 24 in the third, 41 strikeouts. Walked 15. And he gets it north of 100. We know the story. From the left side, it makes it even tougher.
But look at the lefties. They're hitting .296
yeah,
against
unbelievable,
him.
huh?
Well, Matt Kemp will have the honor facing him to lead off here in the 9th. Then Alonso and Middlebrooks. Long and lean, this Cuban, and he can light up the neons. Starts with a slider. That's doing you a favor. Averaging 99.5 miles an hour.
Wow.
Kimbrel there at third, 97.5. Oh, get out of the way. Matt Kemp at 96 miles an hour.
Chapman's got it up to 102 this year.
What did he at Petco? Didn't he hit 105?
Yes, I think it was against Tony Gwynn Jr.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Insanely unfair. Christopher Negron is in left field for Schumacher. And Kemp fouls it back, 2-1. $27,501, and they were standing and cheering when that gate opened and they saw Chapman come in. Broken bat, pop fly on the infield, and Phillips tells Votto, "Get out of my way, get out of there. It's my ball." What a way. Time now for our Harrah's game summary, and it's the Jay Bruce show. Home run solo, a 438-foot shot in the second inning, and then a short 343-foot 3-run homer in the 6th inning, and that's the scoring, 4-0 behind Johnny Cueto's pitching. Padres with only 4 hits, doubles by Kemp, and the pitcher Despaigne, and singles Middlebrooks and Barmas. That's it. Alonso hasn't been able to get out of the infield in his 3 trips. Fouled into the catcher's glove at 98. There was talk and the speculation of trades and all that the Reds in a season may have to start rebuilding, that if Chapman, and apparently he's one of those that could be traded, that someone else might make him a starting pitcher instead of a reliever. Fouled back, 1-2. What do you think of that?
And, well, you know, if he does become a starter, you got to realize one thing, and we saw this with Andrew Castro. Remember, Andrew was touching 100. The velocity is going to go down a little bit because he won't be able to maintain that velocity over the course of a start. Yeah, not a bad idea. You know, left-hander who's going to throw mid-90s with that stuff.
1-2, Alonso. And he's caught looking, strike 3, the slider. 2 away, and Middlebrooks will be the hitter.
High fastball, outside corner. Stay tuned after this one. Padres Live, the postgame show with Mike Pomerantz and Mark Sweeney coming up next. Right after this one, right after the Padres score 5, take the lead.
Middlebrooks a single in 3 at-bats. Struck out and grounded out. Fans want a strikeout to complete the day. Throwing a lot of sliders, is Chapman.
You know, with the rest and with the lead, probably not a bad idea to mix a few in there just to get that feel. Game time situation.
And a changeup. That should be outlawed the way he throws.
Yeah.
So he has worked on the slider. That's become a good pitch, and now he's got a changeup too. Throws another off speed. 2-1. Three and one. It'd be interesting on 3-1 if he goes off speed, a slider or a changeup.
I'm going to guess fastball.
And lined into the crowd. It was a fastball at 98. And Middlebrook's guessing fastball was way out in front. 27,501 standing now, rooting for the obvious. Ball game. Shutout for the 10th time this year. The Padres are whitewashed. 4-0 Cincinnati. Mike Pomerantz.